All right.
It looks like we're ready to go ahead and start at least the first shot at a steel trowel finish. This takes multiple steps, and I think with given our time here, you're probably only going to see the first step, but it's important to know that they come back and hit this with a steel trowel 2 to 3 times before they end up with the final finish. I had said in the earlier clip, a good indicator on whether it's ready or not to take a steel trowel to it is if you touch it lightly and you don't leave a fingerprint. And that's where we're at right now. So the steel trowel is a little different than the magnesium float. It's much thinner, and there's really no bevel to it. So you have to be much more conscious about not digging in and running this at an angle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue like I did with the float in an arch fashion here, but I'm going to keep the leading edge of that trowel up. And you'll see some water and it'll start working its way back out. Ooh, see, I just dug in there. It's actually a good opportunity. If you do dig in, it's very difficult at this point to actually fill it back in. So the rear of my trowel just dug in there by accident. You can kind of clean it up a little bit, but you still have that void. It may pose a problem later, and you may need to come back and fill it with a hydraulic cement or another material like that. So you gotta be careful and conscious as you're working through here. Putting moderate pressure on the trowel to help smooth the trowel. Now the corners can be a little difficult. You'll see that I do drag the trowel a little bit in a straight line, just trying to work out and smooth out these corners. And actually another point about the trowel is I keep saying you want to lift up that leading edge a little bit. You don't want to lift it too high because what's going to happen is you're going to scrape and you get that. I don't know if you can see that on camera or not. You get a rough patch. So you want to have the angle as low as possible, but up just enough where you're not going to dig in. Looks pretty good. I think we're going to leave it just like that, and then what I'll end up doing is I'll come back later and hit it with the steel trowel again. We may not go too crazy trying to get a real polished finish. As many times as you go back, some cases, a one trowel finish might be okay. You're also going to see that out on the job site in the specifications, whether they call for a one trowel, two trowel, or three trowel finish. And that depends on how smooth and shiny that the floor needs to be. So right now, that would be a one trowel finish. I'll come back later and I'll at least do a two, so that way you can see what the two trowel finish looks like. And if I have time, I may hit it a third time, but it'll probably just end at a two. And you'll guys see that when we come back.